January to March witnessed aggressive operational tempo by our gallant troops in conjunction with hybrid forces and other security agencies across all theaters. The troops demonstrated uncommon bravery, resilience, determination, and strong will during various encounters throughout the quarter, which include fighting and confident building patrols, raids, ambushes, and clearance, as well as search and rescue operations with remarkable outcomes. The air component also conducted reconnaissance, close air support, and interdiction missions with high success rate, which seriously degraded the terrorist strength and the will to fight. During the quarter, many terrorist commanders such as Abba Alai, also known as Amir Khalid of Allaha, Abdullahi, always known as Hono, Jagaban, and Danger, amongst others, were neutralized, while Abdullahi Ali was captured alive with severe gun wounds. This effort by our gallant troops created gaps in the command and leadership structure of the Boko Haram terrorists as well as ISWAP and JAS terrorists. There were also infighting for supremacy within the ranks of the various terrorist factions, which sparked cracks in their leadership hierarchy. Hence, they observed confusion in their various camps. Our gallant troops exploited the situation and dealt decisively with them on various fronts. Hence, their resort attack on soft targets and the use of improvised explosive devices as well as isolated ambushes. The sustained operations against the terrorists also led to the arrest of scores of them, rescue of kidnapped hostages, as well as surrendering of many to our troops. Some gun runners are terrorist logistics suppliers, such as Alhaji Mansour Muhammad, Shehu Babangida, Sagi David, Blessing Paul, Shabu Maji were also arrested. During the quarter also, Operation Delta Save foiled oil theft worth over 7,428,648,246 naira only. The breakdown indicates 6,290,437 liters of stolen crude oil, 1,319,350 liters of illegally refined AGO, 6,130 liters of DPK, and 4,545 liters of premium motor spirit. Additionally, troops discovered and destroyed about 257 crude oil cooking ovens, 128 dugout pits, 192 boats, 138 storage tanks, 236 drums, and 122 illegal refining sites. Other items recovered include barges, speedboats, pumping machines, drilling machines, and over 90 vehicles. Relatedly, troops recovered huge quantities of assorted arms, including various kinds of machine guns, rocket-propelled grenade tubes, automatic weapons, as well as locally fabricated guns and improvised explosive devices. Additionally, huge cache of assorted 7.62 mm and 9 mm ammunition, as well as live cartridges, were also recovered from the terrorists. Let us now look at some of the efforts by the various joint task forces during the last week, beginning with Joint Task Force Operation Hadin Kai. In the last 1 week, troops of Operation Hadin Kai recorded the following successes during the week under review. On 27th and 29th March 2025, scores of terrorists comprising adult males, adult females, and some children surrendered to troops within the theaters of operation following the ongoing onslaught on them by our gallant troops. Equally, between 27th March to 1st April, troops in conjunction with hybrid forces conducted offensive operations, including fighting patrols, raids, and clearance operations in Bama, Goza, Kaga, and Konduga local government areas of Borno State. During the operations, some terrorists were neutralized and others apprehended. They also recovered AK-47 rifles, locally fabricated rifles, as well as assorted rounds of 7.62mm ammunition. In a well-coordinated operation from 27th March to 2nd April also, troops intercepted 11 terrorist logistics suppliers. They recovered local fabricated guns, cartridges, mobile phones, vehicles, motorcycles, bicycles, food items, and the sum of 149,980 naira only from them. Similarly, on 27th March, troops while on fighting patrol came under terrorist attack in Maiduguri Metropolitan Municipal Council. The troops successfully repelled the attack and neutralized several of them. They also recovered some weapons. On 27 March, troops while on fighting patrol came under terrorist attack in Maiduguri Metropolitan Council. The troops successfully repelled the attack, neutralized several terrorists, and recovered some weapons from them. In a related development, our men, while on fighting patrol, encountered improvised explosive devices planted by terrorists in Abadam local government area of Borno State and successfully detonated them on 29 March 2025. Now a word on Operation Fansanyama Northwest. Troops of Operation Fansanyama recorded the following during the week. Between 27 March and 1st April, they conducted fighting patrols and made contact with terrorists in Isa and Sabonbrini local government areas of Sokoto State, as well as Kankara local government area of Katsina State. During the encounters, some terrorists were neutralized while 16 kidnapped victims were rescued. Some automatic and locally fabricated weapons as well as assorted quantities of 7.62mm ammunition, motorcycles were also recovered. Similarly, troops responded to information about terrorist activities in Isa and Malfashi local government areas of Sokoto State and Katsina State respectively. On 31st March, during these encounters, some terrorists were also neutralized, while arms and assorted kinds of 7.62mm ammunition and motorcycles as well as rusted cows were recovered. Also, troops acting on credible intelligence about terrorist activities in Safe local government area of Katsina State on 31st March 2025. They stormed the area and arrested 3 of them. They also recovered motorcycles abandoned by the terrorists. Now a word on Operation Well Punch, Northwest. Troops of Operation Well Punch achieved the following during the week. Between 27th to 31st March, they acted on a tip-off and arrested 5 suspected criminals and gun runners identified as Shuaibu Maji in the Kina local government area of Kogi State, and Ovia East and Kayama local government area of Edo and Kora State respectively. Troops recovered Barita pistol, some quantity of ammunition, and the sum of 63,050 naira only. During the week, troops also conducted fighting patrol in Lokoja, during which suspected kidnappers' accomplice, identified as Musa Omar, was arrested on 31st March. Recovered from him were large quantities of foodstuff and beverages believed to be meant for the terrorists. Also on 31st March, troops were on anti-kidnapping operation responded to information about suspected castle rustler in Guyuk local government area of Adamawa State. On sighting the troops, the criminal fled and abandoned a truck loaded with cows. The truck and its contents were handed over to relevant authorities for necessary action. Let us focus on Operation Safe Haven North Central. During the period under review, troops of Operation Safe Haven conducted following operations. From 27th March to 2nd April, while on patrol, responded to information about criminals' activities in Bokos and Jos South local government areas of the state. Some quantities of 7.62mm ammunition, vehicles, and mobile phones were recovered from them. Similarly, between 27 March and 1st April, troops while conducting offensive operation made contact with violent extremists in Mangu, Jos South, Jos North, Kwampan, and Barikinladi local government areas of Plateau State. Following the firefight, our gallant troops neutralized several extremists, arrested some, and rescued 7 kidnapped victims. Items recovered from the criminals include automatic and locally fabricated rifles and assorted rounds of 7.62mm ammunition. Vehicles, motorcycles, and some cows believed to have Rosu were also recovered from the terrorists. Now a word on Operation Wellstroke, North Central. Troops of Operation Wellstroke recorded the following during the period under review. Acting on credible intelligence, they stormed violent extremist hideout in Nasarawa Igon and Kaina local government areas of Nasarawa State, as well as Guma on Otupo local government area of Benue State between 27 to 31st March. In a similar operation in Takum local government area of Taraba State, troops encountered and engaged some kidnappers. During the encounter, many extremists were neutralized, while over 20 kidnapped victims were also rescued. Recovered from the criminals were arms and ammunition, as well as vehicles and motorcycles. Again, between 27th March to 22nd April, troops were on anti-kidnapping and anti-criminal operation responded to information about violent extremists attacking a community in Donga local government area of Taraba State. On arrival, troops restored normalcy and recovered arms and ammunition from the criminals. Now to Operation Delta Safe South-South. Troops of Operation Delta Safe sustained operational tempo against crude oil thieves and other criminals in the Niger Delta area during the week under review. They recovered 392,174 liters of stolen crude oil, 138,757 liters of illegally refined AGO, and 830 liters of premium motor spirit, while 375 liters of DQK was also recovered. Additionally, they discovered and destroyed 29 crude oil cooking ovens, 31 dugger pits, 48 boats, 28 storage tanks, 18 drums, and 16 illegal refining sites. Other items recovered include pumping machines, drilling machines, tricycles, motorcycles, mobile phones, and 4 vehicles. Furthermore, 11 oil thieves and other criminals were arrested, while assorted arms and ammunition as well as dynamites were also recovered. On 29th March, troops while on fighting patrol responded to information about criminal activities in Abeluku and Ovia local government areas of Cross River and Delta states respectively. During the operations, they arrested criminals and recovered Barita pistol, mobile phones, as well as motorcycles. Equally, on 28th and 30th March, troops while conducting offensive operations made contact with criminals in Echi, Ahoda West, and Anelga local government areas of River State. During the operations, troops arrested criminals and recovered some vehicles. Again, on 30th March, troops while on anti-kidnapping and anti-criminality operations responded to information about violent extremist activities in Eka. local government area of Akwa Ibom State and rescued 2 kidnapped victims who were abandoned by their abductors. Let us focus on Operation Odoka, Southeast. Troops of Operation Odoka, while on fighting patrol, responded to information about criminal activities in Ohaji, Obiama local government area of Imo State, and Uzo-Uwani local government area of Enugu State on 29 March 2025. During the encounters, 6 criminals were arrested, and a pumping machine and a pump action gun with some live cartridges were recovered from them. Senior officers, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, like we always say, the gallant men and women of the armed forces of Nigeria, in conjunction with other security agencies, as well as hybrid forces, will continue to observe the laws of armed conflict, rules of engagement, and code of conduct for internal security operations, as they synergize effort at addressing the myriad of security challenges bedeviling our dear nation, in line with our constitutional rules. Thank you so much, and God bless. Commander Corps of Artillery, I personally was in that same 44 military hospital to stay with our troops on Christmas Day. I didn't spend Christmas with my family. I was with our wounded in the hospital to celebrate Christmas. The year before, I was in Mangu, Plateau State, to also represent Chief of Army Staff to have lunch with our troops. So the issue of whether troops are not taken care of is not true. And I can also authoritatively tell you that the services headquarters, the Armed Forces of Nigeria, is taking good care of the sick and wounded. Some of them that require a medical evacuation abroad are taken abroad for medical treatment. Some went to Egypt, some went to Turkey, I remember, some were in India. And as we speak, some are still there receiving medical attention by the services, taken care of by the services. And also, I want to tell you about, was it in December or November, I don't know the exact date, houses were issued to some of our wounded in action that the military felt may not be able to work again and get these houses. The houses were distributed today. I was there at Idu. I think Idu is the name of where that train station is. There is an estate there built by the army, and the army issued keys to soldiers, free. So when you talk of welfare of soldiers, don't listen to some narratives that are passed in public domains that some of these narratives are meant to discredit the effort of the armed forces of Nigeria, and we say no to it. Then on the aspect of whether the troops are not or they have downscaled their operations against cattle rustlers and some terrorists. No. I have read in this report where troops intercepted some trucks loaded with cows and they recovered them. And they are still on the hunt for high-value terrorists. And I've also read in the report for the quarter some high-value terrorists that were eliminated during the quarter. I've mentioned their names. So as for Bello Turji, just a time will come, an appointment will be fixed with him with his maker. Yes.
Good morning, sir.
Thank you very much, and thank you for your curiosity. What happened in Edo State is in the public domain. All of us are aware. And you are also aware that the political leadership in various states, in concerned states, have already taken action. And I remember the governor of that state visited governor of Kanu State. They also discussed at political levels. So I don't think it's much of a problem now. At political leadership level, issues are being resolved. It's not everything that is military. Some will even require you journalists to address. Some will require politicians to address. So this one, the politicians have started addressing it, and we watch and see the outcome of what they are doing. And I don't think there's going to be any much issues after the governor has visited Kano State and commiserated with the governor, and they also discussed, and what they discussed is also in the public domain, which you as a journalist must have seen.